Welcome to the Enactus World Cup 2021. There are so many great sessions to catch at this year's EWC, from early stage to world races, from the 77-second film fest to the CEO fireside chat. Minus the fire, you can still heat up the passion on purpose with the top 16 and watch the season finals again and again. So invite your friends and select family members, you know the ones, to binge watch EWC Season 21. You're old enough to stay up late and watch now through November 21st. You can probably learn enough right here to graduate early. So send yourself and your friends a reminder note to go to enactus.org/World Cup and watch to see if what happens next is the same as the next time you watch it. This week begins a whole year of celebrating Enactus World Cups. There is one person who has experienced them all, and he is here with us today. He's Enactus alumni and former head of worldwide events, Jared Boyd, who is also the recipient of the Enactus Legacy Award. Jared, it's great to see you. What's coming up in this session?
Hey, thanks, Jeff. You and Adesina are doing such an amazing job hosting this year. It's truly awesome. The energy is amazing. A couple of weeks ago, Enactus alumni got together and tested their skills to see if they still have a head for business and a heart for the world. I mean, of course they do, but still, we wanted to put it to the test. The Alumni Fast Pitch platform was created by Enactus alumni and is a great collaborative activity. Joining us from the Netherlands, we're excited to have one of the founders of the Alumni Fast Pitch here with us, PJ Mystery. Hey, PJ, welcome to Enactus World Cup 2021. How you doing?
Thanks, Jared. I'm doing great. Thanks for having me. So excited to be here to present Action Accelerator and the Alumni Fast Pitches.
Nice. Hey, listen, before we actually dive into the fast pitches, which are going to go really fast,
Yeah.
can you, yeah, I'm trying to get in all the same kind of jokes as Jeff, but I'm just not going to achieve it. Can you tell us a little bit about how the fast pitch idea actually even got started, and a little bit about the journey that that the individuals were on this year, even to get to this final stage as the top three finalists?
Yeah, absolutely. And first off, Jared, you'll always be funny to me, so no worries. So the Action Accelerator, as we call it, got started actually 4 years ago, and it was started by an Actus alum who really felt like, indeed, Enactus does not end at college. You end up going into the workforce and finding yourself working on all of these passion projects or projects within your job where you're still driving the UN Sustainable Development Goals. You're still passionate about the same things, you just happen to be in a different environment, and in a lot of cases with less access to people to brainstorm with resources or tools to guide you. And so we wanted to create something in partnership with Enactus alumni, but also some other partners that are out there with very similar like-minded young professionals such as One Young World or Social Shifters, and bring all of these people together to really continue to drive the sustainable development goals. And so what we created is basically a platform that happens once a year. It's an event. We call it a hackathon, where alumni come together as well as some young professionals from these other organizations, and they really work through any challenges that they're facing to scaling up big ideas that they have, big ideas to drive positive impact. And what we've been doing the last couple years, of course, due to the current situation, is do the events virtually. And that's been quite nice because then we run 3 events, one for each time zone, to make it possible for everyone to join: Asia, Oceania, Europe, Africa, and the Americas. And then within each event, we crown a winning innovator, and that winning innovator is here today to share the work that they're doing, the challenges that they're overcoming, and ultimately the action that they're accelerating due to this hackathon initiative that we've started a few years ago with other alums.
That's so cool, PJ. Action. It's all about action, right?
It is.
So I think that is one of the hallmarks. It's always going to be one of the hallmarks of an Actus alumni, right? So some people imagine what could be. An Actus alumni say, let's go do it. Even if you don't have the answer, even if you don't have it all figured out, even if you don't know how you're going to measure the outcomes of it, just
Yeah.
go do and get the ball rolling and get some action behind it. And you're going to figure it out along the way, right? You're going to figure out how to measure it. You're going to figure out how to monetize it. You're going to figure out all the
Yeah.
things you need, right? But the idea
Yeah.
is you can't stop something in motion. And so if we all just go out there and act, it's going to be
Yeah.
amazing. All right. Well, listen. Let's see how that action is transforming into these fast pitches. So I'm going to turn it over to you. It's all yours, and I'll pick you up on the other side.
Amazing. Thanks, Jared. Yeah, really excited to share with you some of the winning innovator pitches coming up next. So, with that, I will introduce you to our first innovator winning for the Americas, Derby St. Fleur. Over to you, Derby.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Jerby Saint-Fleur. I am the COO of Derby Click, an agriculture and logistic company. Imagine that you're in Haiti and you're a farmer where 80% of the food are imported and 50% of the produce of the farmers goes to waste. Not because there's not enough money, there's not enough food, but at the contrary, because the farmer they can get the produce to the customers, and that gives them a huge problem. They're not able to they don't have enough money. So Gerbically comes in, we connect the farmers with the customers. So we pick up the food from the farms. And what we do also, we have our own warehouse. We store them. We deliver at lower cost and same day delivery for free to the customers. We service families' house. We service also NGOs, orphanages. And we do that with our 650 farmers growing 40K hectares of land with 20 different crops. So we have identified the core issue and clarified the unique value proposition. The extra funds will serve to improve logistic and also staffing to serve more cities in Haiti.
Amazing. Thanks, Derby. Yeah, so Derby just crafted that pitch last week at the Action Accelerator and continuing to grow his initiative and scale up to the next level out of Haiti. So, really great work, Derby, really connecting farmers to local households. So, with that, we're going to move on to our next fast pitch, which will be Reese Wong in Hong Kong, winning for the Asia Oceania event. Over to you, Reese.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So my name is Reese and I was born in Hong Kong, a super academically oriented environment where I felt boxed in, where I wasn't given ownership over my own learning journey. But having an internship, I found greater purpose in my change-making journey. Global education as a whole hasn't innovated for the past 100 years. An ever-changing world requires 21st century change-making skills, adaptability, project management, empathetic leadership, all skills for the SDGs. So what do we offer to bridge this gap? ISIA, as one of the largest youth-led NGOs in Hong Kong, offers a different kind of education, peer-to-peer and project-based learning for a community of 250 plus change makers and students across 60 schools in the Asia Pacific. How does it change the lives of students? It gives them agency over their own learning journeys. It teaches them empathy and soft and hard skills to become change makers. So what do? Firstly, information empowerment. This looks like multimedia content. We've published 170 plus articles, 10 podcasts, a whole LGBTQ plus docuseries, and more. Secondly, internal capacity building. Involving 250 students over the past 2 years, we've launched 30 plus projects and projects. Revenue-wise, we look at grants, sponsorships, and events fees to create a sustainable cycle, but also co-creation of school programs for able to scale and repeat. Call to action. What it is we want you to partner and co-create with us to take ISIA to the next level and synergize for the SDGs. I'm happy to take any questions. Thank you so much.
Amazing, Reese. I think what you're creating is exactly the heart of what Enactus is, giving real, tangible skills, not just being sitting in sort of this old school academia. And I know it's impacted me truly. So wonderful to see you living that Enactus spirit. So with that, we'll pass it off to our last and final pitch winning for Europe and Africa, Abdulatif. Over to you.
Thank you. My name is Abdul Latif Lawal. I am the founder of I Discover Opportunity in Workforce Development Social Enterprise. Please, next slide. So in Africa, according to World Bank, over 60% of unemployment is young people within the age of 15 to 25 years old. And according to AFDB, that is African Development Bank, this accounts for over 263 million African youth that will be unemployed by 2025. This problem is backed up by lack of qualified skills and low quality education to support young African youth, especially external support to reach youth in hard to reach community. And our problem is a sustainable digital skill platform that connects African youth with digital and with digital and vocational skills training and resources, and as well as there with local and global opportunities such as scholarship, fellowship, grants, and the likes. Our customer are young African within the age of 13 to 35, and currently we have over 250,000 users, and users on our platform have benefited from opportunity worth over 500,000 US dollars, and our users are from over 195 countries. We collaborate. We are hoping during the accelerator program we are able to achieve to understand our customer base and grow our initiatives. Thank you.
Amazing. So each of those pitches only in 77 seconds. Really wonderful to see all the work that's happened behind the initiative so far. And more is yet to come. Truly only possible by Enactus giving us this platform as one first step for these innovators to really get live with their pitches. From here on, we'll continue to mentor them and give them access to resources and tools to keep accelerating the amazing work that they're doing. So really proud to see the three of them sharing with you today. But there's many other innovators behind the scenes who didn't have the opportunity to pitch today, but over the last 4 years have become part of the Action Accelerator community and force.
PJ,
Thanks for the platform,
thanks.
Jared.
Yeah, thanks so much for your incredible commitment to Enactus. I mean, seriously, you've done so much. We've got a couple minutes, and so I wanna actually visit with you about what you have done. And so, can you just tell us? I mean, you have kind of a unique story as an alumna, and having gone to where I don't want to steal all the thunder, but having gone to work for a particular company, and kind of had a really cool journey of movement. So tell us real quickly what that's been like.
Yeah, no, thanks for asking, Jared. It's definitely all been because of Enactus, so I'm so happy to really share the journey. I went to a small university in Florida called Flagler College, and there happened to be an Enactus team. I decided to join because I've always been passionate about sustainability and community service, but little did I really understand what social innovation was and where it would lead me. With Unilever being one of the largest sponsors of Enactus, I heard about it for the first time and actually went on to work for Unilever for the last 8 years. Because of that, I've had the chance to work across 3 continents. And even though born and raised in Florida, never had a network outside of that, I now live in the Netherlands and really have a community that's based all over the world. And yeah, I have really enjoyed the journey so far and being able to just even create Action Accelerator over the years and have the space to continue to drive social innovation in my career is, yeah, a phenomenal gift. So, yeah, I didn't really know when I joined Enactus this is where it would lead, but I guess here I am.
Well, it's amazing. I mean, your story of intrapreneurship, taking the opportunity to go to work for a company, but never stopping that desire to have action, to take action, to make a difference. It's incredible. I have no idea how you have the amount of energy that you. I don't think you sleep. I mean, it has to be that you're not sleeping, because I mean, you're doing like a full-time career, and then you've got all this amazing stuff that you're doing, and I know that you're mentoring different people, and that you're just it's nonstop, girl. I do not know how you achieve all of it, but man, you're such an incredible example for us. So, I mean,
Thank
thank you
you.
so much for this. Thank you so much for creating the fast pitch, and for taking the time to bring in other alumni to join you in that journey, and to really just to want to make a difference and to stand out, and to do that. And hey, I want to do something a little bit special. I we'll work out the details, but I want to give $1,000 to each one of those finalists today. And so let's
Amazing.
just do a little pledge. I know it's not a ton, but let's do something special for them, and just show that action makes a difference. And so keep up that.
Amazing,
It's our middle
Jared.
name, right? So it's awesome.
Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely. Thanks,
PJ,
Jared.
thank
Love the
you.
spontaneity. Thank you.
Yeah, love you too. Look forward to the next time we get to collaborate, which I'm sure will be just around the corner on something. So
Just around the corner.
yeah, be great. I'm gonna let you go, and we're gonna talk to another amazing alumna now.
Yeah, great. Bye.
Hey, I want us to have the opportunity to visit with another alumni. I think it's huge, and it's amazing for us to be able to hear a little bit of the stories of what alumni are doing. And so the next alumni that we have with us is Natalia, and so I want to bring her on screen and say welcome and thanks for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me. This is really a dream crew.
Oh, awesome. Thanks for being here. I I want you to tell us a little bit about your story. Like how have you been doing and what have you been doing after you graduated? And I know you've got an amazing organization that you founded. And so will you just tell us a little bit about that journey real quickly?
Yeah, of course. I'll try to make it really condensed. So, when I graduated, I went to work at a Fortune 500 company, and I learned a lot. But I felt my passions really took me to a new place. So, with COVID happening and all that, I right before was living in Italy, working at an organic vineyard, and then I ended up moving to Scotland for a year. I was an au pair while pursuing my master's degree. I'm still pursuing that now. And then I was like, you know what? I've never been to Southeast Asia. Let's go to Bali. Let's move to Indonesia. So right now I'm living in Bali. It's been amazing here. It's been quite the journey. And last year, that's when I founded Period, and it was all through the passions that I developed for social entrepreneurship when I was studying at Flagler College and participating in the Enactus chapter there.
Man, there's something in the water over there at Flagler. I tell you what. Um, it's I don't we want to feature different alumni from around the world. And so it's not just that Flagler or the US is creating great alumni, but I thought both your and PJ's stories and how much energy you guys have, which again is just insane. It was so important for us to be able to highlight these. So tell me real quick, because it's such an awesome thing. What is Period?
Yeah. So, Period is an organization where we inspire, inform, and share stories of premenstrual dysphoric disorder. So, premenstrual dysphoric disorder, you might have heard of PMS, premenstrual syndrome, but there is such a thing as PMDD, which should not be confused to be the same thing as PMS. So, essentially, PMDD is a cyclical hormonal mood disorder occurs during one's luteal phase. So if you bleed, you have these 2 weeks before your period, and so you can experience quite intense symptoms. And so, because I have it and I have such a close connection to it, right? I saw that there wasn't awareness for it. There wasn't a lot of solutions. There's still not like a pill, a magic pill you could take to fix it. But I've kind of started this whole holistic healing journey, and it's brought me to this amazing place with all of these amazing healers. So it's been really truly so magical being participating in Action Accelerator, and connecting with truly amazing organizations that just want to see Period grow. And yeah, here I am today.
That is awesome. I'm I mean I'm just amazed by you. I want to, as an alumni, as a fellow alumni, I want to just say thanks. I mean, thanks for taking on a topic and just saying this is something that's important. There's no stigma around it. We just need to talk about it, and we need to conquer these things and to make things that might have been at one point in society what you didn't talk about, and bring them to the forefront and be unabashed and unafraid to have the conversations that need to happen and create the awareness. So thank you so much. Thanks for sharing your story with us, and thanks for all you do as an alumna. We truly appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right. Those are our fast pitches and some great additional stories that have come to us. So I want to take the opportunity now to just say thank you to all of you. Thank you to all of the alumni from around the world for all you do, and stay connected. Keep doing the great work. I can tell you from personal experience that what you get out of an Actus is what you put into it. And if you choose to stay connected, then you can do great things. So coming up next, you're going to have the opportunity to hear from someone else that's incredibly passionate about Enactus. He's my good friend. He's become a mentor to me. At one point, he was my boss, though. Make no mistake, I make sure and tell him what needs to get done. But an incredibly great friend of Enactus and a good friend to me too. So let's turn it over to Terry Torok.
Thank you, Jared, and welcome everyone. There are so many great student learning opportunities at Enactus. Today, I'm excited to share a few new ones. From day one working with Enactus, the innovation team worked on strategy to build a stronger future. We started with listening to student voices, listening to country leaders and staff, and working with our network around the world, we established the core values that stand with us today: integrity, passion, innovation, and collaboration. Based on those values, we launched Enactus Plus, the online portal to help students build teams and track progress. Through Enactus Plus, you can link with students around the world. Just go to plus.enactus.org, and you will see we're continuing to work on new features that will guide you to the global races, the 77-second film festival, mentorship, and much more. Enactus Plus, the global races, the Global Goals Forum, and the 77-second film festival were all first announced at the Enactus World Cup 2016 in Toronto. Well, since then, the races continue to grow and scale with hundreds of projects, all advancing the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. Well, this year, even through COVID, you rose to the occasion with 197 entries into the 77-second film festival. And here's the best part. Coming up in 2022, we'll open a new category of the Film Fest to capture the stories of you. The stories of your passion on purpose, your aha moments, and the stories of what matter most to you. Now, to support this, we will host a monthly storyteller series. We'll go deep with guests like Deepak Chopra, and we'll even lighten it up with famous film directors, and we'll work with coaches, as well as special guests from the United Nations. This is our way of extending the Enactus World Cup as a world-class room experience. I'll be checking in with a few of the EWC guests in just a moment, but first, the Enactus partner EY helped open a mentorship opportunity to a lucky 2,000 students, now through early 2022. So, if you want to open up your choices, advance your career, get valuable insight from a mentor, check this out.
I would definitely recommend doing a mentorship like this. I think that it's a really unique opportunity to connect with a mentor from all around the world, not just Australia. So it's definitely a great opportunity to be involved in.
My favorite part of the mentoring program was that I had the opportunity to ask him more personal questions that you normally can't with Google. For instance, we talked about experiences with customers which had a different cultural background.
It was really easy to connect with my mentor. She was super relatable and did a really good job at making me feel comfortable asking any question I had, and all the advice that she gave throughout was really productive and well tailored for where I currently am.
Team mentorship and coaching has been such an important part of the Enactus journey. The Enactus academic advisors and country leaders play a key role in student success. My next guest is a career coach and mentor to many. She will be featured on the Enactus World-Class Storytellers series coming up on the 16th of November. And you can sign up right now on the EWC student page. Welcome for the first time to the Enactus World Cup, Mathina James Brightful. Hey, Mathina.
Hi, Terry. It's such a pleasure to be here. Hi, Enactus family.
It's so great to be here. I know I can't wait to get together with you live. We're on Zoom. There's a lot of lessons that have happened in Zoom, especially in the coaching world. But you have been the author of 4 books to date. I'm sure there's more coming, 40,000 stage hours, and I'm sure you've racked up a lot of Zoom hours. What on earth inspired you to get into this career path?
You know, Terry, what happened for me is I never forgot the pact I made with myself when I was in the 4th grade. I was an island girl that went to upstate New York, and I remember holding my history book in my hand and the teacher laughing at me along with the students when I stumbled over a word. Now, I expected a cold environment, not people, but they hadn't met someone like me, and I certainly hadn't met someone like them. But my pact was that I would never speak in public again. And I kept that pact all the way until I got to college. And like many of you, it created an opportunity for me to turn over a new leaf, to try something different. And that difference was to exercise the velocity of my voice. I was committed and connected to causes I was passionate about. And I desired a way to get more people to be just as passionate as I was. So that began my journey. And so now 17 plus years, we won't talk about the plus, call me about that later. But now in a space where I get a chance to not only cultivate and use my own voice, but to support others in truly going and creating magnetic voices to create passion and purpose.
Oh, wow. Well, we have got a cause for you. We have thousands of rebels with a cause, next gen and purpose-driven leaders from around the world right now on the World Cup. Some people may think if they need a coach or a mentor, it could be a sign that something's wrong or it's a sign of weakness. What's your experience?
In my experience, if you need a coach or a mentor or just simply seek one out, that means you're doing it right. Think about it. Michael Jordan had a coach. Celine Dion has a coach. Oprah once told us she has a coach for every area of her life, her wealth and fitness, all of those things. So you seeking out a coach means you're connected, that you aren't trying to go far alone. That you want to go further and you want to do it with a team that's going to support you. There's a community that you are meant to serve, and there's also a community that's meant to serve you. That's where your coach comes in.
That's great. On the 16th of November, during our interactive storytellers series, you will be providing all kinds of great tips. Can you give us a little sneak preview, maybe a tip we can take away when we want to engage people on a deeper level, more passion on purpose?
You know what I think about, Terry? As I spent time with Enactus and looking at the amazing work of the thousands upon thousands of individuals who show up to create change in our world, I got connected to one critical thing, and that is there's moments where you must pause. There are so many powerful works happening across the world, and as you relay your story, sometimes your audience needs to sit with it. So pause, slow down, let them lean in. We want to hear what you say next, but sometimes we're still consuming what you just said. So make it a breath and then move. You can create a sensory experience for folks just with how you relay the information you're sharing. And sometimes we think we have to Speedy Gonzalez, because I talk really fast and I know you, yeah, doesn't really work. Versus if we pause, hold it for a moment, and then take it forward.
Wow, that's so spectacular. Just when you pause and use that emotion, you just drew me in. I wanted to jump through the glass here, but so many of our students, you know, they present for 7 minutes, 12 minutes, sometimes 77 seconds. They want to pack it all in. But to what you're saying is it's that space in between, that opportunity for us to process what we just heard and to respond and to feel something. So thank you. Mathina James Brightful. She'll be our guest in the Storytellers series. It's an interactive series, and it's all about you and sharing your passion and purpose. So sign up right now on the student page here on the EWC platform. Thank you so much, Mathina. I can't wait till the 16th.
I am so excited. See you all on the 16th. Don't leave me and Terry there by ourselves. Come join us. We're ready for you.
Thank you, Mathina. My next guest is in the green room and just 15 seconds of fame away.
This is the Enactus World Cup 2021. Yep. We can't wait to be together again live.
Well, he's been a big favorite when he first stepped on the stage at the Enactus World Cup 2016. His TED Talk has hit over 500,000 people so far. And when you Google search the world's #1 vocal coach, Roger Love's name rises to the top. He's tuned up the voices of Bradley Cooper, teaching him to sing in A Star is Born. He is the vocal coach of Selena Gomez and a host of celebrities, as well as the vocal coach of Tony Robbins and Simon Sinek. He's been on numerous TV show appearances, and well, we're so happy to have you right back at the Enactus World Cup stage. Welcome, Roger Love. How are you?
Thank you so much for having me. I'm happy if my bio includes that I just happen to be your friend.
Well, thank you. I will never violate that privilege to be your friend. It's always spectacular to have a conversation with you. Roger, wow, COVID changed the world and definitely changed your world too. We were standing on stages and projecting to the back of the rooms. And you've graciously coached many of our winners at the World Cup and at Enactus. And now here we are zooming from our room. What on earth can we do to break through this Zoom thing?
That's a great question. You know, people blame COVID for putting more nails in the coffin of the way we communicate on camera, off camera. But the truth is, oral communication has been in the rut, as it were, for about 3,000 years when Aristotle started speaking about rhetoric. Oral communication was thought to be a word-based system, but the brain processes spoken language first for emotion and then for logic, and words by themselves don't have any emotion. So COVID, to me, has brought more to the fore that we need to change the way that we communicate on camera and off. And we need to communicate more emotionally than just thinking the words are doing it. So I've been pioneering for a number of years this whole system called deep communication, which shows people how to make the right sounds and attach those emotional sounds to the words. And then people hear what you're saying, they feel what you're saying, they process what you're saying. So my involvement in Enactus is really to help people communicate more emotionally instead of word-based primarily.
You transformed them in literally just minutes on the stage. Something about breath and air. Can you expand on that?
The human voice, as I said, is an instrument. And you can control the pitch, how high or low you go, the pace, how fast or slow you go, the tone, whether you're airy or edgy, the volume, whether you're loud or soft, and the melodies that you use. But most people are not thinking like singers think. Remember, I taught nobody but singers, famous singers, for the first 17 years as a voice coach. I was a voice coach for the Beach Boys and the Jacksons and Earth, Wind and Fire and all of these incredible supergroups. So I had 17 years teaching singers. Then speakers started coming to me, and I realized I could teach them the same techniques and put music into their speaking voices. And that's what I've become well known for. That's exciting, to turn anyone's voice into an incredible voice that sounds great, is authentic, and moves people emotionally.
So Roger Love will join us on 11 November. You can sign up right now, free, before it sells out. Roger I know this is going to be an exciting interactive session, but in 30 seconds, I hate to even time you, man, but in 30 seconds, Can you give us a fast tip of something that we can take away to share our voices and amplify our passion on purpose with the world?
Absolutely. Most people speak as if they were a broken piano. They just hit the same note over and over again, thinking that somehow this is emotional or interesting. And these are the sounds I make when I'm happy. These are the sounds I make when I'm sad or when I'm angry or when I'm serious. That's called monotone. I teach people that they need to add melody to their voices, that there's a whole piano, at least 88 keys. Some pianos, a Bosendorfer has 90 keys. You are using one or two notes, and that's why people are getting bored listening to you. They're hearing you sound the same all the time, and when they hear you sound the same, they think they know what you're going to say next, and then you've lost them. Boom!
I'm going to leave you with that cliffhanger right there. What's coming up next is all happening on November 11th when Roger Love provides a master course just for Enactus students. It's coming up 11/11 at my 11 a.m. in New York. Roger, we'll see you then. Thank you for all you do for voices around the world.
My pleasure. I look forward to it.
Coming up next, cracking the code on collaboration from the United Nations to one student's journey in a very cool way we can all take action together. Of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, one of the most challenging is number 17, partnerships for the goals. And one of the core 4 Enactus values is collaboration. This takes focus, patience, persistence, and oftentimes a little extra empathy and gratitude. I'm joined now by two interesting gentlemen. The first, Lance Gould of Goals Post.
Thank you, Terry. It's so great to be here. Yes, SDG 17, you're right. It seems so simple to just partner, but it takes a commitment and an energy to partner. I was talking about this, I'm talking about SDG 17 with my friend Will Kenley, who's at the UN Office for Partnerships. And we thought, wouldn't it be great to get some organizations like Enactus and like Unleash, which are so committed to social good, to partner and to produce something that really put forth the best solutions, create a platform for the best solutions. And it's not easy to always get organizations to take off their organizational hats and break down silos like that. But I want to take my hat off to Enactus and Unleash for doing just that and for really putting collaboration ahead to really focus on what's working. What can we do in a particular SDG? In this case, it was SDG 2, which was tied to the UN Food Systems Summit last September.
Going forward, we're looking for ways in which we can collaborate around partners for the goals. But you know, Lance, we have found in your recent event tied to the NGA, bringing Enactus students and Unleash students together, that they actually synergize with each other. They actually build on each other. And when it comes to the student level, oftentimes there's natural collaboration without effort. And so for that, I am pleased to introduce to you from just outside of New Delhi, Vaibhav Arora. He is an Enactus student, now a very active Enactus alumni. Vaibhav, welcome.
Thanks a lot, Terry. Hi, Lance, and hi, glad to be here. So I am Vaibhav, and I'll take you through a presentation about my journey at Enactus. This was my team at Enactus College of Vocational Studies, Delhi University. I started my Enactus journey in 2016, and my relation with Enactus will stay forever. The team has taught me about leadership, about empathy, and how to collaborate with like-minded people to create a greater good. So the core values of Enactus, which is out of which one is integrity, we have been creating a strong focus on having integral relation with the communities and keeping integrity at the center of what we do at Enactus. I found my passion towards solving the plastic waste issue at scale during my Enactus tenure. Innovation was also at the center of what we did in our projects, or whether it was uplifting the underprivileged women. My Enactus journey of collaboration has enabled me to work with organizations like Unleash, and now I am going towards the next biggest adventure of my life, the journey to the Antarctica, and this will be me. I have been selected as one of the 100 plus participants by a famous polar explorer and an environmentalist, Sir Robert Swan. The 2041 Climate Force Antarctic Expedition is a 12-day leadership journey that aims to create sustainability leaders for the future with a common goal: preserve Antarctica and save the world. I have been inspired by Enactus races. During my Antarctica expedition, will be advocating climate action and preserving the oceans. The Enactus races has inspired me to take action, and I urge all my fellow Enactus students and alumni to take action because these races play a pivotal role in preserving the world. I have been fortunate to be associated with Enactus even after graduating, and I will continue to take advantage of the Enactus Storyteller series. I wish everyone best of luck for the Enactus World Cup, and I hope we all win.
Thank you for all of your good work. What do you think, Lance?
Vaibhav, that's incredible. What an amazing journey. And in so many ways, you're the embodiment of SDG 17.
I think it's a very natural collaboration, I would say.
Well, you can learn more about Vaibhav, Aurora, and Lance Gold. Check out their profiles right on the Enactus World Cup profiles. Well, that's some big action that he's taking to go to the Antarctica, but there's action that we can all take together. Share a little bit more about that coming up just seconds away. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, Terry. There are so many student opportunities that can be found on the student page right here on the EWC platform. You can rock the free World Class Series, or find a career advancing mentorship, or hop into a hackathon. The World Class Series, as you just heard, will feature great storytelling coaches like Mathina James Brightful and world-class coaches like Roger Love and many more. If you are looking for ways to take action together, go to the EWC student page. Learn about the early stage projects, the Ford Motor Company COVID Challenge, Action with Africa, and the hackathon coming up soon thanks to KPMG. Go to the EWC student page now and explore more on the race pages too. Learn how we can take action together. Join in on the Race for Climate Action, One Race for Oceans, Race to Rethink Plastic, and the Race to Feed the Planet. There is more action coming up next. We will talk to the top 16 teams and the announcements of the Final Four. I know, you know, it's all here at the EWC 2021.